Hi everyone, my name is Naziha Mahmood. I'm a documentary filmmaker, a translator, narrator, and a poetess, a rhymist. But above all, I am every woman and every person who's gone through dismissal, rejection, or failure in their lives, but came out as a warrior. My passion is human stories and documentaries and rhymes. And my purpose is to spread the light through my works. All of us have a purpose, and to be able to find it, one must never stop looking. And that's exactly what I did. My passion, I always knew, but the purpose was unknown. And I found that my passion was my purpose. And that happened because I never stopped looking. Essentially, I'm the subject of my own work. And I believe my work or my skill is not my own. It's a gift. It's God's love for me. Since I learned that fact, it became the mechanism of change in my life. A change for the better, I would say. I do not seek worldly fame or success or accolades or even money because I feel content and blessed. Finding your purpose and being able to be in that space where you always wanted to be is, I think, one of the greatest blessings of God. So I'm forever grateful for that. A little bit about me is, or what reflects in my work, is I also have harsh realities and truths attached to my life, like all of us do. But the good thing is that I became a woman who was traded to toughen. Because I believe that choosing wrong over the right is not as bad as leaving the fight or not finishing the fight. One must never stop trying to be a better version of your own self. There is no other competition, I believe. And so the measure of my work success is basically satisfaction within. My work is a persistent battle of being documented as a human, regardless of age, gender, flaws, social standings, or even relationships. It's like personal meditation. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that, if that makes sense. After a hiatus of almost above 20 years, because I began to compile my thoughts when I was in college, and that's 100 years ago. But then life happened. And only last year I had one of the wonderful opportunities in London. I met the celebrated, the legendary versifier, Mr. Abdulhai Raghib Dehelvi, who has the rare gift of being able to know the entire book through the cover. And that's a quality I've not come across in many people in my life. He saw the potential and he honored me and chose me for the interpretation of his book Baatein Mere Dil Ki. And I'm so happy that Straight from My Heart is equipped to be broadcasted anytime soon. At the same time, in 2019, I had the opportunity and the privilege to send my manuscript to the renowned Austen Macaulay publishers in London. And they came back with such wonderful, gracious, and generous reflections for the wide range of emotions that I was able to pen down. And that boosted my enthusiasm, motivation to compile my thoughts in a novel way. Having appreciated by such renowned publishers in London was nothing less than an honor. And so I chose to entirely improvise the manuscript. Compiling the thoughts all over again became a luxury, and Thorns of a Rose is the effect of that indulgence, which is now in the publication process. I survived the worst winter of my life in 2016 and the horrid autumn of 2017. After losing all relationships and finding some, and after living with a murky sense of failure in my feats, and a constant feeling of bewilderment after so much rage, tons of losses, and the worst dismissals, I witnessed immeasurable wonders, and the agony of love turned into utmost joy. My book is called Thorns of a Rose, and if I can reflect a little bit on that, for me, thorns are like emotions, and rose is hope. Both of them go hand in hand. Thorns are many, roses one, but is so powerful that can fight the thorns. But it depends on us. It's our choice if we keep looking at the thorns or the struggles that come with it, or we want to cherish or flourish the rose. And that is exactly what it means. Hope. Something that is so cheap on this earth, probably the cheapest, but yet people fail to give it to one another, and I fail to understand why. My purpose became to spread that hope through my works. In every verse, you will see bitterness, but towards the end of each verse, there is hope. So I think the optimistic will be able to gain from it. And I have used words as my weapons. I chose to be a warrior than a victim. And I think many of you can relate to that. It depends which part helps you. Sometimes I wonder, will my journey change its course now because I've found my purpose? But that is not the real question. The real question is whether I would be able to live it. And often I ask myself, and every time I see myself smiling. So I'm looking forward for this to be received graciously, and I hope you like it. I am very grateful to the Austin Macaulay publishers for receiving my work in such an authentic and respectful manner that it truly endorsed contentment for me, and I feel very accomplished because there are stories, there is work, a lot of them are out there. I'll spend a lifetime with their stories and their work, but are never acknowledged, and some of them are really blessed, and I feel one of them. So I share my blessings with you. If you gain something from it, if it makes a tiny bit of a difference for you, that would be my biggest reward. Thank you for watching. Thank you for reading and listening. May my head be bowed, always in your worship. Greatest is my Lord, my life a brilliant trip. Let my eyes be damp, oh, with such remorse. May the trouble smile, and joy be the force. May the eyes be veiled whenever is required. With you in my heart, my soul is never tired. May I be secured from power and the envy. I must be gratified, even when I'm empty. Pardon all my sins, O Supreme Lord. Bless me with the grace on day of accord. I have broken hearts. I have laughed aloud. My heart neglected you. I was in the crowd. Guide me on my path. My soul desires you. Let my heart be calm. Let it sense the cue. Bless me with your aura. Let me near you. Let the sky be smiling. Let my earth be true. I don't need on nothing, but only the honor. Let my deeds be noble, not missing a corner. Let my joyful being spread the light on earth. Each and every tear must vouch for its worth. Peculiar was my grief, pain and joy were brief. Thoughts you had for me, my eyes were guarantee. The heights were very low, but spirits in the flow. The scream of my silence, reflection of the guidance. We met in such a manner, no question and no answer. With time our love was gone. Dazed were night and dawn. Then flower lost the leaf, the pain and joy were brief. Neither chose the words, nor I dared to speak. Sorrow was convincing. Joy was very weak. He had never left, neither did I go. He was never mine, yes, was always no. Must you measure love? There is not a scale. Tallying the success, you are bound to fail. Fail to understand not even the cover. Forget about the story. Not for you, my lover. I have only learned death is such a pleasure. All the good I had, foes inept to measure. When you spread despair, each and every stride, I will embrace the glow. My light will never hide. Place a million barbs on the path of truth. I will walk the trail, hoping for the fruit. Shape the walls of hate as much as you want. Love will break them all before they can haunt. Gratify my heart with pain and the sorrow. Joy will rinse away the tears of tomorrow. Oh, my dear killers, keep your strikes intense. My smile will endure in each and every sense. I am not afraid of thunder or the storm. Sky can bend for earth when the heart is warm. World displacing rocks wanting me to stumble. I determine growth, enduring to be humble. There are plenty locks on my very tongue. Heart will play the music. Tune remains unsung. Stones that they throw on a harmless mirror shows their own reflection and the soul's error. Those who made me laugh also made me cry. I will make them smile, never probing why. They erased my name from hearts and the mind. I will pray for them to melt and be kind. I am the creation of my greatest Lord. I must tell the truth and convey this word. One day I forget, and later I remember. Heart is working hard for love to surrender. No regrets in love or what happened to mine. I will always relish till the end of time. Fixed is the day, yes, it is written, for a living being. Death is not forbidden. Boxes full of fashion, each and every season, all of it acquired, simply for no reason. I will not regret leaving them behind, simply wish to earn purest heart and mind. All the love I pooled in this murky land, thus the door of Lord can hold on my hand. If this is the case, fears may drive away. Therefore I must walk on my Lord's way. No mayhem of this world. After we may die, foes may be happy, friends bound to cry. When my soul succumbs to pain of this earth, the joy of meeting Him will renew my worth. All the eyes and mouths and this world's theater cannot match the bliss of meeting my Creator. When the eyes speak, upheaval is so weak. Forbearance they can hold, destroy the tales untold. Delight is in the eyes, heart is holding sighs. Grief floating in tears, dusting all the fears. Playing with the hearts, their sparks are the darts. They only speak in silence to slay the dark's violence. The tongues are often tied when eyes are open wide. Their language is just love, which is never tough. If they fall in love, their path becomes so rough. Hearts that take the chance, they will make them dance. Those who break a heart, must learn to fall for it. Life was a test, stemming for the best. While the question's hard, retort was even scarred. The sense to describe, heart and its tribe, home and the nest, I remained a guest. Never knew the love, pain was very tough. In the crowd of people, I chose the flare of eagle. Joys are camping now, no room for any hate. Twirling days and nights, moonlight is the fate. Refined in the gust, my heart is made of rock. Hurt me, if you wish. Nothing means a shock. In my court of heart, ruling is but mine. I shall speak the truth, lyrics or the rhyme. Walking on my feet with the dust beneath, heights belong to earth, call it not defeat. March with a purpose and world moves along, thunder isn't long if you know your song. I perished in love, matter of the time. Heart is still alive, sun will always shine. What I have received from my dear life, tears with a smile, wounds with a knife. First they set the throne, loaded me with loan, smiled when I fell, rose despite the moan, gift of the wounds, all of them concealed. I have been enlightened, that is how I healed. Heart had lost desire for the passing world. That is when my power candidly unfurled, snatched away the sleep from my tired eyes. This is how my dream absorbed all the sighs. I am inept to fathom my aversion anymore. Time is capable to amend even the core. All the eyes were stuck, also but amused. The game of this life is trendily confused. I may write on doors, even on the wall. Life is volatile. Work to stand tall. Troubles are routine and the tragic pleasures. I am a walking home with reduced measures. Gradually the winds blew away my dust, schooling me to fly high, and I must. Does another being lodge within my soul? I heed a whisper, recapping the goal. No one is around, and I'm all alone. Someone woke me up in a gentle tone. Tears lost control. An emotional crutch. Lover made me laugh at my love so much. When she saw herself awaken from the stupor, image was distinctive. From her own mirror, beloved has forgotten, I could not ignore. Though my love is lost, keen to give some more. Could I ask for more? Nothing that I need. Cost of brief love, heart will always bleed. I am destroying the stains of my heart, learning to forget, like my lover's art. Redeeming dear life, everything is meant. You can never break, had you ever bent. When it's hard to know someday where to go, you must tell the life, then to take it slow. Altered are the faces underneath the one. Goodness is prevailing, perfect is but none. Redness in her eyes, soaked in the tears, a fascinating smile within all the fears. I must spread the light, occupied in me. World that I see is not my cup of tea. Someone asked beloved to stay for a while. I am ornamenting my home with a smile. I am pure love, and I am the nag, and a secret glory, robbed of a tag. Gained what I never knew to even ask. Prayers are replied without a noble task. Crafted just with love, no matter how plenty, yet all my havens are unendingly empty. I never professed reflection as a whole. Wound is fascinated, I met my own soul. Though a little scattered, but I am alive. What doesn't matter is now in archive. The air I inhale, purpose may not fail. Every human being has a charming tale. When the blowing winds advocate to die, hope and the light refuse to be shy. Show the destination, every share of trail. Life often speaks when the echoes fail. Pain is always destined, script of life designed. Fall from the peak, and joy is what you find. Must the killers learn, torments of my root? Heartache is the strength, courage is my suit. People of this world know the only skill, speaking empty words, guaranteed to kill. On the empty sky was a charming star, but it fell on earth with a burning scar. Prayer and the care contain pure reward. Breaking hearts is evil in the eyes of Lord. Liquid of the eyes, with a drifting haze, island was deserted, fire in the gaze. Never underrate, botch of your dreams, often in the pebbles, a gem mutely screams. Pocket may be empty, heart is always rich. Pain I have known rhymes with the pitch. All the time in life, to clean away the mess. Allow the blood to flow before you compress. Deception and the con, the world is unfair. Understand my heart. Truth is very rare. Ever since I walked path of my Lord, patience is my song, gentleness the chord. Often in my love, seldom in my care, damaged life, and yet all of it was fair. Gift of murkiness, what I got from them. Joy is in my fist, like a hidden gem. Flawed is the time since it began. World is a mess, not a single man. Blisters on my feet was my only treat. Earth that I walked was cold in the heat. You will always be ever in the mud if you seek accord in each and every flood. Life must be cherished, oh my gloomy friend. Haze in the eye will soon bring the end. Vaguely down the lips, your caller is unsung. Truth classified, straight through your tongue. Home is full of spirit, the house is never lit. They auction my heart, severely bit by bit. Terror of the jungle ruled every heart. Fearful in their homes, everywhere is dark. Betrayal and deceit, we have lost the sense. Greediness despairing, foul as pretense. Must you be so bitter while you are blessed? Do not chase the world. You came as a guest. In the silent dark, At the night's gate, a dream had emerged with a gloomy fate, chanting amid tears in the chirpy voice, quashing all the sighs, hardly any choice. Another sun has set ahead of the shore, heart in disarray, shaken from the core. Yells of my silence, begging for delight. Weak was my lover, I gave up the fight. Failure and the triumph, night and the dawn, betrayal was the cause. Love is withdrawn. Life took so long to compensate the sighs. Youth often peeks through my old eyes. Hearts that never broke now state the pain. Slayers come to weigh, yet the aches again. They will clean hands, but the souls are stained. Friends graze the wounds, empathy is drained. Honor is not their path. Inept to face the truth, wealth is their aim. Frauds are uncouth, souls containing tears will cherish the test. Gift of devotion makes you cry your best. Those who share the pain with only divine never fail to heal. Their end will just be fine. These are the words the callous wouldn't know. Should you smile in sorrow, light will always show. Love wasn't preferred had you not arrived. Home that I crafted was modestly deprived. Flowers were so lovely, and also the scent. Planter had deceived, though he never meant. Flawed is revere, though you were directed. Medina you perceived, Mecca was neglected. Practice gratitude, don't curse the fate. All that you acquired is not in every plate. World thinks beloved has broken my heart. The coin itself was bogus. It wasn't his art. Have I truly fallen? I wish to comprehend. Was it really trust or chance to amend? The earth is extensive, and I wish to hide. Cooked the leading step for the final ride. Dreams were elite. My poor heart was neat. Love endured deceit. Mission incomplete. Pain is share of love. Damage is assured. Thankful for the grief, vital to be cured. Heart endures ache, going with the flow. Not a flying arrow, just the crossbow. Pebbles on my path are tenderly less. Few days to go, a work in progress. The planets parade will ultimately fade. Game that I lost, I had never played. Blood is good as water, water has no range. Strangers are so loving, lovers are so strange. Fake are the friends, tenderly deceive. They will disappear whenever you grieve. No one is your own in this rigid race. Smiles fabricated, tears dry on face. When the soul is dark, heart is missing light. Wealth of this world, apparently so bright. Shoulders are provided only when we die. Barely would embrace when life passes you by. Scent of the thorns you had never known. You were never there when they were alone. How I wish you cared before they pass away. Heeding is the deed, love the only way. Silence of the words, and all of a sudden, all of them can hear, but they fail to listen. First, they break your heart, and later regret. How I wish they saw the tears were not wet. When all appears good, lovers are amused. Gift is to love the unloved and confused. In the gloomy times and the scorching heat, how I wish my shadow had not taken defeat. Tears on the face, bouquets on the grave. I wish we cherished life, loved and forgave. A dream that I dreamt for a long time, never meant to be. Song wasn't mine. Chasing a delusion all your life and years, all you ever get is misery and the tears. Dream and desire appear to be lovely. Truth, oh my dear, is bound to be ugly. We may often stumble on the path of life. The slayer is desire, not bullet or knife. Unable to live, always in delight, eyes have endeavored, but failed the fight. Journey of your love, was it good enough? Gift of bitter heart, a spirit quite rough. History will repeat tears and the sighs. Game of the heart, intense for the eyes. Do not ask my heart why grief stayed. I am not the same. My worth is delayed. I refused to drink, or he declined to serve. Beloved was fragile. The poison had nerve. Pivot of attention amid a huge crowd. Now only a guest, a message very loud. Dreams were at peace, closer to my lover, but failed to see. Nightmare undercover. I recall the love, story of the past, a path full of barbs. Flowers couldn't last, although you have taken. pleasures of my being. The grief is enduring. Joy will come again. Was it a mistake, or love silently haunts? How can I forget myriad of your taunts? Was my love a test that I failed to see, or the winner's loss that enfeebled me? Dreams are delusions, or was it really you? Pain I have borrowed, true and through. When I was alive, days were offended, nights of deception. I gradually descended. A heart of enemy emerged as a friend, writing but my story, beginning from the end. Underneath the fire, the wreckage of love, in the lover's land, loving is so tough. Crying by my grave, simply when I die. Why is love so blind in beloved's eye? I deliberated to write or to frown, oblivious of the verb, adjective, or the noun. Compassion in my soul constantly prevailed. Love in my heart effectively has failed. I was terrified. Home was isolated. Ache and my heart uncaringly flirted. Sadness and pain resemble the termites. I recall my days akin to the nights. Time wants to yell, pain wouldn't allow. Joy and peace are married. Love was their vow. Tears I have shed with honest regret. My contented heart, eyes a little wet. Champions are defeated, often at the end. Cautious of my foes, betrayed by a friend. I have healed alone, hardly any choice. Soon as I stumbled, my soul found a voice. I have blazed enough in my own fire. Now I wish to burn, ashes of the ire. I have lived enough, an exhausted dream. Moment has arrived to wander in a stream. All the wounds I sowed, love has ever gifted. When we turn to God, agony is lifted. I am so fatigued. Pleasure was a lie. Joy is in the making. Soon as I cry, I grieved enough in the name of fate. Time to live again. It is never late. Oceans I survived, fighting like a wave, owing to my life before meeting my grave. Weary of your thought, I must be relieved. Forgetting is so hard when loyalty deceived. Loving is an art, profoundly understood. Betrayal is a lesson, teaches you for good. A martyr in vain by his own madness. How can you protect a lover of sadness, detached from his own, near his beloved? How can you define? Fate is often rigid. Reflect, and we laugh, looking at our past. Effect of joyful tales, hardly ever lost. World so annoyed, and it offers nothing. Seldom bleeding hearts fly with no wing. Eyes encircled tears, grins were so clever. Broken souls together, divided love forever. Someone very kind, prisoner of the mind, such a king at heart. Fate was unkind. Silence had embraced wounds of my heart. Words let me down. My rhymes fell apart. Sitting in the silence, gazing at the sky, tired was the soul and the heart shy. Those who wish a life deep in the heart, every day they die from the very start. Heart has a role. Missing is the soul. Tough is the path. So is the goal. Rubbles are collected, ready once again. Joy is not happy. Whisper of the pain. Stranger in the mirror is your only friend. It wasn't my story. I learned it in the end. The world is amused only by theater. Love often bleeds from eyes of the hater. No moment of chaos, no sign of a God. Everything I loved has tragic record. You have overruled my very own life. I carved my heart with a secret knife. Glad you forgot sooner than I thought. My tired mind reserved more than I sought. I yearn to burn again in your vicious fire, strangle the delights in my blazing ire. I could never pay, cost was truly higher, heart lost in love, and also the desire. Huge on the planet, little world of mine. Existence is intense. However, I am fine. And my tiny kingdom overcame delight, misery, and the pain made me win the fight. The little world of mine is extremely vast. Love is a story. My heart is the cast. When desire staggered, heart missed the beat. It was very cold, but I sensed the heat. Lost the winning fight, silent was the cry. I performed a tune music would deny. Desires have no place, nowhere in my space. Honor dwells in eyes. Why cover the face? After deep regret, then emerges fruit. The door of remorse uncorrupts the root. Desert nor the sea, empathy or the plea, light fades away. Night is very shy, bright and dim alike. Oh, my dear, why? Rare life of mine, you cannot assume. Extensive and immense is the vacuum. Who am I to you, beloved, anymore? Little do I know, ocean or the shore. You are obligated to my tragic sighs. Broken heart requires soul to stop the cries. For a little while, your name along with mine. There was a dispute between 6 and 9. You have walked away, never to return. Fire in the rain directed me to burn. I recall my joy was wilting away. Tears were oblivious, cost they had to pay. Caution circulated, not to let me be. I may scratch my soul from A to Z. Tearful joys in the alley of pain. This is how life met me again. Adore the wound I had to stitch. The path of love is always rich. Folks are bitter, some are sweet, grazing the wounds, sensing the feet. Offer me poison only with love. Dying is easy, living is tough. All that happened was meant to be. Your joy became my tragedy. Tired a beat, so is happiness. My heart is beating, nevertheless. Things I attained was beyond reach. Blessing in disguise. Lesson came to teach. Pain I concealed was the hardest test. Search your own soul, and worse seems the best. Always taking pride in my simple heart. Every failed chunk was a distinct art. Heat of the sun and the moonlight. Joy, love, and pain, part of the ride. Years may have died, but I am alive. For the debt of love, continue to strive. Tears of distress, they were not inept. Calm was the heart, but my soul wept. No questions asked, not even a probe. No resolution, all around the globe. When you treasure none, but only the foe, friends will pay the cost for an entire show. First, they trap with gaze, then turn away. Fire was unkind, burdened was the clay. When a heart breaks, deprived of a sound, music may emerge as howl of a hound. Sorrows never need, not a single cure. Tears are the hope to render me pure. I recall the whisper on a fine day, a forgotten promise to take my pain away. Something special brings every new day. Thirst often exhausts when water is away. In pursuit of love and burden of the bread, corpse indeed heavy before one is dead. Warmth of the fury of my rare heart, life passes you by with a wretched start. Grief is an ocean, heart is a desert. Fact of the matter, both equally hurt. For the love of storm, I gave up the shore. Light is far away. It's darker than before. Love becomes a crime when virtue fails. I requested pardon. My sorrow prevails. Lord is merciful. Hold only his hand. Let the vengeance burn deep in the sand. I surrendered love for the sake of peace. Desire escalated, heart works on leaves. Paths that I walked, bent by destiny. My rich and poor heart filled with agony. Joy is quite far, preserved in a store. Some of us are meant to sink on the shore. Love is a gamble, but I made my choice. When I lost it all, my words found a voice. Spectators meant to be amused by theater. Players will perform, poor of the pleasure. World is unveiled because of my zeal. Slaying my delight, no margin to appeal. Broken-hearted lover doesn't say a word, despite all its worth. My story is unheard. Heartache inhibits steadily within. Love is so kind, mine became a sin. Lonely is my heart, and I let it be. Pain holds a pleasure if you choose to see. Do not bid me food, oh my dear friend, destined to be thirsty until it's the end. When love offers no joy, but exhales fire, heart learns to deal with unfulfilled desire. I may not declare cause of being hollow, rules of the food, poison does not follow. Precious was my heart, had you known the art. Dreams never die, desires may depart. Fervor to surmount is a lonely process. When you lose it all, more is always less. Blessed is the heart that is bound to break. Dreams left my eyes when I was awake. Pain is powerful. Heart simply appeals. Might of a prayer, wound always heals. O my ravaged youth, pious as I age, prisoner of the past, wants to break the cage. Sleep is separated from hours of my night, since you reduced my heart and its light. You fail to comprehend, my bittersweet friend, the concealed pain I gently tried in vain. Despairingly I cried, desire as well died. Test was unjust, callously conveyed, hence I chose to lose. I know the winner was paid. A stranger made home in my simple heart, betrayed my emotion with his cunning art. Breath and the being, predestined forever. The lake is very often mistaken for a river. Do not ask my heart, dreams and illusion. Shadow that I chased was my failed vision. Beloved held my hand, and my heart died. Behind the honest eyes, dishonesty would hide. Pleasure of the pain, pieces of my soul. I gathered them all. Wish you had consoled. Gloomy was the sand when you walked away. What happened to life? Same or night and day? Don't ask my story, never touch this chord. What my heart has battled knows my dear Lord. Moments have detoured, and the love is gone. Blessing in disguise, again I am born. Those innocent eyes, such an enemy, a disguised hate I could never see. Tears that you shed had melted my heart. Only you may know, betrayal is your art. There was no condition, question or a word. A life has gone by. My story is unheard. Heart wants to know, why me, my love? Bride or a widow? Life is always tough. World may never know, battle of your fears. How can you explain cries without tears? Why does the heart feel sad today? Not a drop of water? in eyes anyway. And I wonder why wind is dismayed, love has been denied, life is delayed. When you pick beyond your decided fate, love will always hurt, not anger or hate. Nights are enraged with my sweet sleep. Calm on the surface, wound is very deep. Beloved said words, minus rhyme or reason, beginning disregarded. I ended decision. Those were my joys, drained by the sorrow. Kindness was unkind. I just meant to borrow. It has taken long to grab all my dreams, pieces of my heart, whispers, and the screams. Once upon a time, you relished my tears. Back in my eyes, they surrendered fears. Just forget the blood, tears in my veins. Do not touch the wound, it extremely pains. Path that I walked turned into grime. Was my love a test? Or was it just a grind? Serpents that I nurtured, aiming to be back. Looks are very bright, but hearts are black. Tired of my strength, they never submit. Mercy of my Lord never lets me quit. Poison will evade when ego inflates. They have several tools, bells and my mates. Stones thrown at love, each of them may hurt. Oh, my heart, be strong. This is not your earth. Scratches are equipped to level the score. Broken heart is ready, devoted even more. Thorns do not pinch. Pain does not hurt. Power of the prayer, heart will never burst. All my dresses preserved in bags, shoes and boxes still with tags. Wardrobe is distinct, journals are safe, sweet and bitter, I never disgrace. When they dig to bury my frame, only to throw my things in flame. Who would cherish my daring dream? Heart will tap, soul may scream. Killer be shamed and his stone, heart and soul all alone. He may search for me in things. Too late to soar, you lost the wings. Efforts inept, all in vain. Looks far and wide, but wardrobe again. Smiles and the evenings, both in despair. Hope knocked the door with love and care. Wake up sleeping dreams, gone are the fears. That is why I shed all my precious tears. He had stolen body, money, and the mind. Winds admire dust. Pain is very kind. Hope was in shock, made me so humble. When path is measured, you often stumble. Even when your shadow dwindles in the dark, each and every scar, soul stores the mark. I discovered blood as good as water. How and when and why, now it doesn't matter. Prayers from my own in the bleakest time appeared like a blend of pain and the rhyme. For the sake of love, life was at stake. When I was awakened, priceless was my make. Dismissed all the way, youth lost the glow. Darkness overcomes, lights always show. One day came the Lord, whispered in the night, and my heart melted. I could see the light. No protest for pain, wrinkled with the fame. Heart is cultivated to beat in this game. And the game of age only in their youth. When the blood is fresh, flow is never smooth. They would only lend, hurt, minus cure, wounds and the salt, refined to endure. Youth is often mixed with pride of a shark. When you lose the spark, light is very dark. Peace aided pain, love gifted shame. But I turned around, back into the game. World knows the trick, every step of ride. For a broken soul, pain becomes the guide. Life passes you by in a single tick. Gratitude is what is the finest pick. On a rainy day, wind was cold, mad at the world. She was on hold, useless to march. When in love, time is tough and path is rough. When haze departs, sky is aware. Thanks to tears, I see the glare. My entire love on street of dust, he was roving. I shared the rust. In a murky land, bias prevails. Her love is daring. It never fails. Debt of life repaid in the form of death. Duty is to live before the end of breath. Not a single human skillful to provide, but the love of Lord is selfless and so wide. Wrongs may disrupt and block away your mind. Hate is a virus. Love is always kind. Pain of this world lessens your own. Patience is brigade in itself alone. If the faith is weak, plenty is so less. Even if it's dark, hope nevertheless. All external sounds were suddenly low. That is when I heard my voice and its glow. Soaked in the depth, sweet silence of mine, and the pure dusk was ready to shine. Day may conflict, often with the truth. Night plays the music, positive tribute. All the shining stars vivid in the sky, grieving cheerfully. I wouldn't know why. Words may contest. The inaudible eyes. Speaking of the tales, guarded from the lies, leaving me fatigued. A dialogue very long. The power of silence enabled me so strong. Perished every day for unbounded years, extremely long life, just reduced to fears, vibrations of love that I have earned, the gift of sorrow I never returned. True love is often thoughtlessly lost. Beloved was beaten, and I paid the cost. Such a blaring noise, the sound of bees, a song never sung. The tune was on lease. Myriad of the vows for greater delight, none came to life. One day they might. Who is there to blame? The post was lame. A letter in my name sadly never came. In a lover's heart, sense cannot prevail. On a jarring ride, wit is bound to fail. Diamonds very often mistaken for a stone. Ego is the merit for love to die alone. One who obeys the Lord in every moment for the winning trophy is a worthy claimant. When heart is content after every stumble, life creates a shine that is truly humble. Living twice a day, grateful people's way. Black and white are fair when you live in gray. Cherish all the wounds, do not push away. There are souvenirs of who you are today. Love has beaten pain, not my lover's gain. I am not impressed by beloved's brain. Pocket may be empty, tread like a king. When the heart is rich, soars without a wing. No one has been able to ever gauge love. Clay is our worth. The judge is above. Sighting you in pain deeply aches me too. Mind has the courage, heart has no clue. All the self-esteem is as good as rust. You and I will die. Our calling is the dust. Love was elusive, you improved my sight. Passion was deceiving, day became night. Sorrow was ordained, love was very lucky. The fire was so cold, failed to burn me. Face had a glow, love was in flow. When the heart broke, joy sensed a blow. Inadequate vigor, inept to guard the heart. Friends and foes alike, fundamental part. Old friends are greeted with a new flair, larger than the life no one is aware. Thriving was my heart. Beats had a class. Love altered the game. Empty is my glass. Past is gone by. I began again. World is short of sight. In the same lane. Traders of my heart broke it into pieces. Do not auction love. Effectiveness decreases. Eyes were so bright. Pure was my heart. Sadly, the success learned the failing heart. Love is often beaten simply by pretext. Pain is not a sentence, but only a test. If you want to live, die all the pain. Let the courage be motive to unchain. Cruelty is a common custom of this life. Silence is enough. Words must revive. Calm filled my heart. Verses ripped apart. Soon as it screamed, I learned the vocal art. A stiff branch expires much before its time. Must you know, human, ego is a crime. Not a single drop for entire ocean. Hardest obligation acquired for emotion. Exhausted in your love, my eyes only wept. Love of the Lord. The rest is inept. When the world required, I have obeyed. Gesture was unkind. Trouble was conveyed. Heart feels the pain, but the cure is love. How to even say, freeing yourself is tough. Lovers of the surface may not even know. What the heart entails, love is like a flow. Why to blame the world? Foe is just within. People that I loved, but could never win. Desiring from the world is purely insane. Friends may love your joy, but abandon pain. Sorrows never quit, lending me the strength. When the day is tense, night weary at length. I don't ask for much, live my life a day, enduring all the pain and the soul's decay. Convenient is this life, on another shoulder. Truth is only learned when warmth is golden. Did not rust or rot, but the heart is locked. He was adrift when wound had knocked. Oh, my heartache, know the fight is wild. Heart and pain are lovers, soul is but a child. Winds were never kind, and the sky was pink. Heart embraced the rain with smile and a wink. Those who wish to laugh know that I am here. We often succeed when we relish failure. Tears of remorse, the Lord is very kind. World was a figment I wish to unwind. My zest would often burn, all of them alive. People break hearts and merely connive. They ask about my tale. I don't know what to say. His words or the dagger, eyes meant to slay. You can break my heart, I will help you gather. Pieces I collect soon would not matter. Heart is now at peace, aware of the pain. Wounds always heal, scars are insane. When you let it go, massive is return. You have always won. Now is my turn. You could not endure my devoted glory, but the silent speech wants to tell my story. All of them deceived, barely left a home. Fearless heart is hurt, prefers to be alone. When a heart is broken, it is very pure. In a ruthless world, kindness is the cure. They relish the roses, spring is not the fate. May I spread the joy in the land of hate. Love occurred to us as lunar eclipse, injuring our hearts, undoing the grips. Storms were intense to disrupt the ride. I had learned to live long before I died. Speak, my beloved, words that are sweet, wouldn't cost a dime, nor you escape a beat. Do not extricate you and me from us. This has always been fight and the fuss. Do not be so proud, we are only dust. When a branch is stiff, it will simply rust. Grief and the sorrow, give them all to me. Pain is the root, for joys and the glee. Agony of the past, let it go with courage. Blessings disappear if a heart is savage. Once upon a time, everything was easy. Time is promising for slow and the steady. World loves to talk, you pay no heed. Feet doesn't matter, fight does indeed. Do not wait for people to regard your worth. Should you learn the art, heaven is on earth. Pulse has declined to beat on my wrist. A heart so fragile breaks on every twist. Laughter on my lips, sparkle in the eyes. Wounds may be vocal, silent are the sighs. World, fail to see what I came to know. Empathy is love. Heart feels the glow. Why should I complain? Autumn is so keen. Buds understand when leaves aren't green. World is simulated, distinct is my fashion. Truth is very phony. Callous is compassion. When I spoke my heart, world never lauded. Before the Lord I cried, tears were avoided. Life is chaotic. No time to even die. No good is intent when purpose you can buy. Plenty are the wages, empty hands and mood. Though the table decked, no time to eat the food. Car and the cottage, world esteems your name. Clothes, shoes and money, standard of your fame. Bidders are inept to even comprehend. Desire is the end, wrong approach to mend. Pains and deceit, minds full of flood. One day you will know, price of the blood. All friends are here, month is like a year. For their own advantage, they may adhere. When life is gone by, and the day you die, show will carry on before your doom is dry. Like a sunny morning and the moon at night, once was so buoyant, dim is now the light. World may decide what it doesn't know. I will never speak, let precision flow. Pocket was so full, life was so free. Amongst all the flies, I must be the bee. Sought to live my way, it was not to be. Roses in my garden, thorns may agree. Do you understand pain of being alone, deprived of the love? Homes also moan. Ride with the pride, custom of the youth. I had never known a world so uncouth. When the days become months and the years, flowers in the garden wither away with fears. Clothes and shoes preserved in a big garden, wild now for ages, dreams need pardon. Sand below the earth, sky not so sure. People of this world, game without a score. What does ocean know? And river is shy. In content deserts, stream is never dry. Your duty is to pray 5 times a day. And about the people, what would be your say? The Lord is the greatest, prefers the best for us. Thirsty are some people, hungry for surplus. Hiding huge amounts, love is but concealed. Those who never learn may never be healed. When the truth is vocal, unheard is the tale. The city of pretext wears a cunning veil. Book of life is written, mine you must read, to blow away the mind. All the chapters bleed. Time passes in flashes. Thoughts are left behind. Joys and even sorrows both come to mind. Do not play with fate, O powerless man. Days and the night, premium with his plan. Moisture in the eyes, sun refused to rise. World is not the reason, love gifted me sighs. We are only blessed with enormous honor, but we pick dispute, wealth, our only measure. Such a strange era, influence of desire. In the rat race, love is burnt in fire. Wardens of the honor no longer secure. Youthful or mature, all of them endure. The world belongs to him. All praise to Lord. Read the book and see how he will reward. Burden of the Moons was entirely thick. Blessings came along with every single tick. Myriad of complaints, I infused my spark. Scorching was the sun, and a life so dark. Doors and the locks, and my countless knocks, waiting for response. Likely were the shocks. All of them were shattered. My dreams had never mattered. Lost and deserted, nothing I could see. Damage was the trick to set me free. Pride or delusion, or was it just a thought? Life was severe, even though I fought. It was unreturned. Sinful was my prayer. But I know my dream had a legal heir. Seclusion and rejection appeared in a flow, but the call of prayer may repair my glow. Submitted to my Lord all of my fears. Nothing in my heart but a flood of tears. World is amazing, filled with many wonders, hitches and deceit, the untold thunders. Whenever the Lord is out of your sight, vision may never, ever could be right. Sound of my soul was extremely loud. It was only silence that I heard in crowd. Happily my tears uncovered the worth. I was downcast on the face of the earth. Viciously arrived, but I planned to leave soon. Remember all the lessons at night and the noon. By a distinct virus, entire world reduced. As I go away, be humble, not confused. Embracing disallowed, no shaking of the hand. Even when I leave, build a loving land. Ever since confined, we value the home. Even when I leave, let affection roam. Blessings on the table, hunger asked the belly. Some are sleeping hungry, don't forget to tally. Cash, cottage, cars, fruitless in the end. Even when I leave, be kind to your friend. Showing off and grooving Ego must be moving. Even when I leave, be humble and be loving. Hygiene is the root. We have always known. Even when I leave, clean your hands and don't. Fighting with the nature will be devastating. Even when I leave, consider meditating. Providence is truth. You cannot escape. Even when I leave, may prayers be in shape. Always very moody, work appeared a burden. Even when I leave, remember it as fun. Loved ones apart, liars and feeble heart. Even when I leave, heart in people's art. Trees, birds and gales, unloved night and fall. Even when I leave, gratify them all. Ignored your very own for the world alone. Even when I leave, convene and telephone. For the sake of fun, you please the world. Even when I leave, may ethics not be curled. Lord is merciful. Despite our attitude, people are unkind. It's time for gratitude. Do not seek remission when glitches arise. Even when I leave, raise your human side. One who has fought with life all alone is such a demise, suitable to mourn. Eyes are suspended. It was such a sight. Some weeping blood, some harvesting light. Surplus of delight, dust of that street. Leave alone my pain, now obsolete. Love and loyalty offered by a lover, empty promises, soon you discover. Cost of such a life will coin dismay. Passion was illusion, I lost the winner's way. Snakes in my sleeps, beginning till the end. One who fears rival is often slayed by friend. Laughter distributed over the gloomy land. They desired home, fate differently planned. Blind to my plight, mates obey the norms. Pain holds a pleasure, and I love my storms. Brain often warns, heart counts some cons. If you love a rose, learn to live with thorns. Until rainbow burns, the stars in the sky, and the ocean covers every mountain high. My candle should be lit. I must never quit. Don't mind the noise. Winds will never hit. Oh, my friends, be cautious. Do not turn away. Do not graze the wounds. Let them be in sway. Oh, my brilliant brain, why are you unseen? Every song of heart is eager and so keen. Walk with me to goal, says my loving soul. Cherish every sorrow. This is your one role. Explore your own thoughts, untangle the knots. Whatever you do, let heart play the shots. Power of compassion and kindness that you gave goes a long way and brings the joy engraved. The sting of tears and burning scars settled on earth. I asked the stars. Hearts never met and lovers split. Loyalty, I thought, would never quit. Colors of the buds have begun to fade. Garden is dead, the grass is laid. Sometimes I sleep, sometimes awake. Despite all nerve, reflections shake. Lord gave me honor and number of skills. None of them is mine, but His will. World has described an intense lesson. Be a part of crowd to obtain concession. Colors time revealed are vital indeed, and valor to smile when my joy bleeds. Folks are oblivious when it comes to size. Truth has no weight compared to the lies. Why only my heart would hurt every time? All the love I spread, none of it is mine. Thankless for the sun, I came to ascertain a single ray of hope is ample for your pain. Tears are inept to calm the heart's fire. Whenever it breaks, prudence I acquire. What good is a prayer when it isn't pure? I truly love my pain, worthy as the cure. I may be or may not. The world wouldn't stop. Home is in my heart. The rest is a teardrop. People are unfair, missing the human touch. But indeed, I love my homeland very much. Grief of this world makes me deeply sad. Kashmir, Syria, Yemen, oppressors are so mad. World wants to know. Since beginning of time, has the one departed, left something behind? The traps of broken hearts are dear to me. Wish I could reduce the pain and misery. When you hear the sound of a loving heart, listen carefully. Stories from the start. Several days are gone since the tale ended. Wounds do not heal, heart isn't mended. You will never fathom pain behind my grin. All my wounds are veiled underneath a coffin. Telling a story of the past, their own words, heard at last. A gloomy ocean, extremely dry, the waves alone would often cry. And they never ever complain while they are enduring pain. Sad and tired, but never quit. A stolen home is barely lit. Though you fail to even hear, my eye is so dear. Have no fear. Is it the age or simply grief? Every day is like thief. I am happy and I am sad. A tune my song never had. My tribe forgot that I exist. Like the past, they never miss. A tiny joy makes me dance. Grief impedes with every chance. Endless replies or suggestion, as if I am just a question. I am the wind, I am the dust. I guard my soul from the rust. Though you try, mind is numb. I'm a thought, you can't succumb. Loss and victory, so alike. I'm a scheme you may not like. An empty pocket, a kind heart. None as rich to learn the art. Won't let me be this murky land. Yesterday is held by today's hand. When money speaks, modesty is meek. The path of eyes, an asset of sighs. I reach the shore, my boat may roar. Fire cool down, but ashes in town. Trading the pain, pleasures I gain. Yes, this is life. We learn to survive. Half dusk and partial dawn isn't yours, and mine is gone. Born in the lap of countless gales, youth surrounded by sad tales. Home has faded as was due, a tiny secret, a massive queue. Myriad of ranks below a face, fakes are common in world's race. Daggers stabbed my caring heart, foes acquired the friendly art. How to tell the wonders of my sad story? If you have the courage, sense my pain's glory. They laugh at me often when tears get a chance. My ancient soul is pious. My young heart may dance. My feet are on the ground. I hear the sky sound. Sometimes I am free. Sometimes I am bound. My heart was full of griefs, but I had fought alone. When the pain is more, I often change my zone. With every agony, I can sense delight. Everything is rooted darkness, and the light. I wonder if the lines of my hand would know what happened to me. Where did my life go? Blessed enormously, but my heart is tired. Lord is all I want. May my soul be wired. A heaven on the earth gave me life at birth. My childhood may have hurt a lot. Heart once more aspires a shot. My young and old self deferred. Had I spoken, life wouldn't have heard. One fine day a light occurred. Except Quran, the rest was blurred. May I be forgiven for asking another when God chose you to be my mother. The gifts of beauty and many skills, effect of her prayers, I climbed the hills. I'm proud to be my father's blood. I'm also proud of mother's flood. May Lord be pleased. That's happiness. Then every no becomes a yes. A chance to love gallantly. That's all I want. That's all I plead. The sun would shine. No day was dull. My shelter bloomed like a festival. For my joy his soul would shake. He smiled at troubles for Creator's sake. He always treasured delights of mine. But life I knew was out of line. Shrieks of silence found his ears. He wore my pain despite his fears. Had I valued his very being. Blinded before, now eyes are seeing. His precious shadow, my head was high. But he is gone. I couldn't say goodbye. He loved like a mother. I paid no heed. I must be corrected for each and every deed. He was an ocean. Waves would thrive. He was the light, each day alive. Now laughter is empty. Tears are wet. Autumn stays. Though spring is set. Noble and selfless, simple and kind, my father knew what heart says to mind. Often I cry, missing his embrace. He went for rest. My prayer lost the case. When I can't walk, I choose to run. When I am broke, I just have fun. When day is dense and night is a ton, I love the moon, I cherish the sun. I pray to God, my worries are none. I thank Him and my work is done. They break my heart, I use the pun. It's always the bullet never the gun. Daddy's girl became the sun. With every defeat, seems she is one. My brain is wired. My heart is tired. The phony smiles I never admired. I wish it's over. The never-ending road. I'm tired of agony and I am bored. I'm tired of betrayal, I'm tired of pain. I'm tired of walking lost in the rain. The lovely face is so ugly to another. I'm tired of the sweet being so bitter. I'm tired of the noise of my peace. I'm tired of the rumble I had to lease. No one cares and no one pays heed to my love and noble deed. I'm mostly tired to see the world in such chaos, twisted and curled. Love is now for sale, no point of my tale. Saw the empty castle, Duchess with her battle. The treaties of honor, truth lies in a corner. Disorders of loving, I didn't see it coming. Dawn resembles night, dusk and the fight. Swirling with the glass, no wine of my class, no dagger but a word, a massacre occurred. I'm a brilliant tower, a falling wall inside. Fear, seclusion, courage. A leader who would hide. I don't know in between, for me it's do or die. Exhausted of the duties, hopeless are my sighs. A noble deed I chase, how sinful have I been? The soul is so alive, defeat on winner's face. From one breath to other, I'm a subtle thread. Blood oozes from sores, and they wish me dead. Merely dust to dust, time is a god, gratified to be a masterpiece of Lord. I saw no greed, and there was no hunger. Raghib and his Shama, our richest, no wonder. Was I ever gracious, or was it just a prayer? Heart is gratifying, and the soul aware. A world so deceptive, missing out a gem. Love and affection is truly found in them. Goodness that I sought in a world so dark, care in their hearts with no sullied mark. How do I explain question of my heart? Compassion in this era is not a branded art. My worth is met, although was concealed. Treasures were tired, but they all healed. A dejected mirror, gifted with delights. I was at my lowest. He carried me to heights. In the deep waters, he built a boat. When I was falling, he trained me to float. not a single woe, nothing to complain. Wound was intense. Raghib held the pain. Beam of the moon and the bright stars, a light set aside from all avatars. Every step you take, candles may be lit. A fairy from the sky with a gentle wit. Shine on your face, others may eclipse, mounting like the scent of roses and tulips. Your delighted gaze can even break mirrors, dipped in the essence of floret that shivers. Chords and the tunes and moment in time, you are the song fountains may define, the sun of literature, a unique spark. You are a rhyme for the strings of heart. Color, aroma, gleam, drive, and her bun, a flame snow, a jewel, and rubies of Yemen. Sound of her strides carries the light, just like the sun after a glum night. Minds of Jen and art bowed before her. Creator chose her pen to not even suffer. An intense light in the world of prose, diamond and a gem, spirit like a rose.